Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Hey, Mika. How are ya? How's it going? I don't think I'm late. I think I'm right on time. My gosh, it's like so cold in my house today. I have my blanket, I have my scarf, I have my hot tea. But I need to get some more tea. I ran out of time to like go and make more hot water. I'm like shivering. Oh my gosh. Hey, Tina. How are you doing? I need to open my randomizer wheel. I fed it with every unread book on my TBR. I spin the wheel 3 times, then pick a book. What is this randomizer wheel? Is it something you made or it's like an app? Oh my gosh. Lily. Hey, Lily. How are you? Mika, is this like an app or it's like some like literally a wheel that you like made out of paper? Plastic? What is this thing? Um, yeah, it sounds awesome. It does. It sounds pretty awesome. So if it's an app, I feel like it's something I want to know about. Yeah. Not that I have like that much on my TBR because I kind of like what I did this year where I didn't really do like a big TBR. I just did the monthly, like at the end of the month that I figured out what I wanted to read for the next month. It kept it a little more under control and a little less stressful for my reading brain. Um, yeah, having a whole bunch of, oh, it's a website. Oh, and you can't put the website in. It won't let you probably. Um, yeah, having like a whole big long list of books that I wanted to read, it kind of stresses me out. So just being able to go, and I know that I miss out on a lot of good books because I don't keep track of all the books I want to read, but I still read a lot of good books. So it's a website. Hello, hello. Everybody's saying hello. There's more hello. I have an app that's a spinner wheel, and there's lots of different options. Hmm. All right. I have an announcement to make. And you guys are going to be like, this does not sound like Vivian at all. So, I'm sure you have heard of this, the 52 book club, where like they give prompts every year they do it, and they give 52 prompts to read like a book a week. So I kind of did it a little bit this year, but not really. I just like to do the little prompts. And this is like I'm doing this because you guys got me onto that Amazing Race one where she gives you prompts and you have to find books. And I was like, you know what? As long as I could choose my own books, I might actually like that kind of a challenge. So I think next year, not think, I know, I have decided I'm going to do the 52 book club for 2025 and look at the prompts because now you're also going to laugh at me. I was on Goodreads the other day for something. I had to look up a review of something. I don't remember what. And I noticed that it had like lists of books. Like, here's a list if you like to read historical fiction. I don't know where they're getting these lists, whatever. But I noticed there was like the 52 book club prompt number 5, a book that starts with the letter P, or I don't know, I'm making this up. And I was like, wait a minute, what is this? And so for every single prompt, whoever's running this challenge says, like, these are some books that you could choose for this challenge. So if you had like no idea what book to do, it gives you like, I don't know, for each prompt, there were like, I don't know, 10, 15 options. And so I started just sort of flipping through what the recommended, not recommended even, but suggested books for each prompt were. And some of them looked really, really good. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing this next year. I am doing it. So that's my announcement. Oh, uh-oh, Tina. I saw in the Discord you were going to get some options together for next month. I did too. All right. I am happy that you did, Tina, because guess what? No, I'm going to do that in our very first sprint because I was like, I need to work on my reading journal from this year. And I was like, let me do that during my first sprint is look for some options. So when we do the discussion after this sprint, let's talk about all the different options. Okay. 170 book titles. This is why I can't do the TBR. It stresses me out when I think, oh my God, there's 170 really great books that I want to read. I can't because new books are coming out all the time. And I just keep adding to the list. I can't do it. I know, me on Goodreads. I was just in and out, in and out, in and out. But I probably will be in there more next year as I'm looking for like suggestions for whatever the prompt is. Anyway, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, maybe it's different. I haven't been in there for years, so maybe now it is the app of my dreams. I don't know. I haven't heard of that specific challenge, but I've seen people do similar things. Yeah. Yes, you guys got me turned on to this with the Amazing Race. Okay, good. You're going to give me some grace for promising that I was going to do something and then not getting around to doing it before 5:00. All right. So, so that's what I'm going to do during the first sprint. I am going to look through my book journal and I'm going to look through like a list of books that I've been looking at for the past, I don't know, couple months. And I will have, how many suggestions do you have, Tina? How many suggestions for January books do you have? One of my suggestions might still be one that Mika recommended before that was something about some like a serial killer, but the women who love the serial killer. I still haven't read that one and I wanted to. Ooh, in 2025, I'll be finishing up my book projects from this past year. Oh, but I did hit my book goal, smiley face emoji. So pretty happy. 34 books, and now I'm my 36th book. All right, so you are going advanced. Lily, do you want to do the 52 book club? Do you think you can read 52 books next year? It's a lot. It's a book a week. Oh, my 3 options are The City of Brass. Tina has 5. Okay, I'm going to do 5 too. Mika has 3. Tina has 5. Okay. The School for Good Mothers. Oh, I think I've heard of that one. 2 nonfiction, a thriller, Nora Roberts, a cozy mystery. Oh, we had talked about nonfiction, didn't we? Caraval, never heard of that one. I can try. All right, Lily, you can try with me. We did say we were going to do nonfiction, didn't we? Lily, do you even know what we're talking about? Probably not. So we do normally when, maybe not even normally, but anymore, it seems normally when we sprint, Tina and I host like a book club sprint where we like we pick a book every month and then we all read it together during the reading time. Like we decide we're going to read 5 chapters during the reading time. And then when we come back together to talk after the sprint is over, we talk about those 5 chapters. So it's like full of spoilers because we're literally talking about the book as we're reading it. But it's super fun, especially like we've read some mysteries and some thrillers. And so it's been really fun to read it together and then talk and read it like bits and pieces, right? Read 3 chapters at a time, 5 chapters at a time, when we have no idea what's going on, and we can talk about like all the things that happen. So we're talking about what book we're going to do in January because we didn't do it in December. So we're talking about what book we want to do in January. So we do it Monday nights on Tina's channel, Wednesday nights on mine. And we'll probably pick that up again in January, Mondays and Wednesdays. And it usually takes us like 4 or 5 sprints, 4 or 5 days to finish a book. So I know we talked about doing a nonfiction maybe, but I actually have really liked the ones that we've done that were like mysteries and thrillers because it's interesting to see like all of our theories about what's happening and what's not happening. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what else we can do. Lily's like, I don't have any idea what we're talking about. The School for Good Mothers. I have heard of that. I feel like I've heard of that, Mika. Sounds fun. It is super fun. So starting in January, when you come for Wednesdays, you'll be like, oh, what are we doing? And you don't have to read the same book we're reading. Usually it seems like we tend to pick books that are available like on Kindle Unlimited sometimes. So we don't even like, I don't know that I've paid for one of our books in a long time. But anyway, all right. So Mika's going to do School for Good Mothers. What do you get? I'm going to look for some book suggestions for January. And then I'm probably gonna, like, if we're gonna go for 45 minutes or something, I might get back into reading my book. I just started one last night and I like it, but I don't love it yet. It's by one of like my favorite authors. I saw she had like a new book out. It's called The Anti-Heroes by Jen Lancaster. And I think I expected it to be funnier than it is. But maybe it's just not funny yet. I'm not very far into it. So if I come up with a couple of, how many? 5? Maybe I'll come up with 5 suggestions for our January Treehouse Book Club. And then I'm going to read. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So what else we got here? Tina's going to finish a book tonight. I'm like 90% through a book, Murder at the Cape Cottage by Maddie Day. I just crack up at the titles of these cozy mysteries. All right. Lily, what are you reading? You're gonna finish book 36 tonight, or you're just on book 36? Do you think you'll finish it tonight? I am definitely not finishing my book tonight. Not even like when I read it before I go to sleep. I have too much. I'm not far enough into it. Oh, I'm going to clean. You are joking, Lily. Okay, I'm going to clean on the first sprint, which is not what I think you're joking about. After that, I'll be reading The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I'm oh my goshing about that because Lily, Frida McFadden is like one of my favorites. And for Treehouse, we just finished reading a Frida McFadden book. And I'm wondering if I remember us talking about whether the boyfriend might be like with one of the characters that was in the book we just read. So I kind of want to talk to you. Yes, let us know how you enjoy it. And I kind of want to talk to you about what it's about at the break. So like, who are the characters in it and what do you know about what's happening so far? Like, I don't think you'll have any spoilers since you're like 9% in. So it's not like you can spoil anything for us, but I'm like, okay, because we had a whole theory that this book might be a sequel, even though it's not advertised that way. So anyway, this is my seventh Frida book. Okay, cool. I sure will. Good. Tell us everything. Okay, how about if we go to the top of the hour? That'll give us about 45 minutes. I'm gonna set my banner. Okay, save. All right, I'll set the banner and then we can go, go, go. All right, I will see you guys. Whoops, at the, why does that look weird to me? I don't know. Okay, I'll see you guys at the top of the hour. All right, I'm coming back a little bit early. Oh, like 5 seconds early, just because I am. Mm. All right, how did you guys do with your reading? Oh, we got some new people here. Hang on a second. Hello, hello. Just subscribe. I'm currently Christmas wrapping some gifts. Stopping to get some lunch. Hey, Alicia, thank you for stopping by. I don't know if you're still here or not, but I hope so. Um, Wrapping Christmas gifts. Do you like my tree? I have no gifts under my tree right now, but I just bought myself a gift. Um, I don't know if it's my only Christmas gift that I'm getting this year, but it might be. I bought myself, it's so stupid, an Amazon. I bought an Alexa, right? So that I can, I don't know, say things like, Alexa, uh, what's the weather or something? I don't know. Look, I'm like Thurston Howell the third with this neck. It's like choking me. So very cool. Christina, remember to hydrate. Check the laundry. And show some love to the like button. Thanks, Christina. Christina, how are you? I haven't seen you forever. How are things going? Are your kids off school? Hey, Mika. Hi, Tina. Hi, Lily. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Christina. Oh my goodness. Everyone's like being so friendly. Um, I finished my book with literal perfect timing. Like right when we came back, you were done. Hey, Christina and Alicia. Yay for finishing. Well done. Oh, I know. I think so too. I've been wanting an Alexa for a while. One of my friends has one. And when I was at their house, I was like using it all the time. Alexa, what's the weather? Alexa, is it going to rain today? Alexa, can you play Taylor Swift? Alexa, can you like I was ordering Alexa around all over the place. Um and because I like to set alarms on my phone for things like time to, you have 30 minutes until sprints, right? I like to like let myself know things are coming up so I can stop doing things or start doing things. So I feel like I can have Alexa set up where like I don't have to set my alarm all the time because she just knows because I tell her, I guess, to remind me about things. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think it's kind of cool. Oh no, my book already stresses me out. Oh no. Young, sleep deprived mother leaves her toddler alone. Oh no, to quickly get a coffee. Oh no. It turns into 2 hours, and the neighbors have called the police. Wait, is the toddler gone? We don't know. The toddler is home alone. Oh no. Oh no. I feel like bad things are happening in your book. What's the name of that book again? I can't remember. Hang on, I got it. It's like School for Good Mothers. Oh, I feel like, yeah, I have heard of this book. I haven't read it though. Yeah. I was like, this sounds like I know this story, but I don't. Oh, we normally don't put gifts under the tree until Christmas night. We never kept it under the tree for days. Ooh. So my family growing up, I we lived with my grandparents for a really long time, and we kept, like, my grandmother was into massive amounts of gifts, but they underneath the tree, but they were like emery boards, and she would wrap, like, the emery boards individually so that we had, like, 100,000 packages under the tree. We were a environmental nightmare, I'm sure, of all the paper that we used for wrapping that went into the garbage. Yeah. Um, but I know, like, we always put our tree up at least maybe the day after Thanksgiving. But part of me in my memory, I can see my grandmother's tree up on Thanksgiving Day. But I don't know, I can't remember if she just put gifts under it, like, as the season went on. I know we had gifts under it because I remember as a little kid being under the tree, like, trying to sneak peek at what the gifts were, like, to, like, slit open the tape and see if I could see what they were. So I know we had them in before Christmas, like, well before Christmas. But then I also remember, like, up in my grandma's sewing room, was where she would hide the gifts. And I remember being in there looking for presents. It's so weird that it's a weird thing for me to think that I used to be so, like, as a little kid, I was, like, trying to figure out what the presents were. Because it seems, I don't know, I wonder if my friends would say, "Oh, yeah, no, you're still like that." I don't know, it doesn't seem like I'm like that, but maybe I am. I don't know, I definitely was as a child because I totally remember, um I don't know what's going on. I totally remember doing that as a child, which is weird because I just thought of this now, Tina talking about putting gifts under the tree. I'm okay. Son is still in school until the weekend. Okay. Life and health has been crazy for the past couple of months. Your health, I hope you're okay, Christina. In the last few years, Santa has been putting them under the tree after I went. Oh, so the dogs don't destroy them. Okay. Yeah, we didn't have any pets. And I feel like I always forget about households that have pets, have a hard time even with a Christmas tree. Do you have a Christmas tree up, Tina? Or are your cats out of control with the Christmas tree? Oh, Tina, I found some good books. Oh, I lost them because my scarf. Thurston Howell is like, I did find some good books. All right, hang on. Let me get through all of these comments and then we're going to talk books. And then I need to find out about Frida McFadden from Lily. I need to find out who the boyfriend is. Uh, oh, and after CPS dropped the ball one too many times and children died, the law has changed. Our protagonist has to go through, oh no, a dehumanizing process to have a chance to get her daughter back. Oof. The School for Delinquent Mothers. Okay, Tina's got suggestions. All right, Tina, I'm coming back to this. Let's see, who else? Do we have anything else that's not book? Yes, we do. I'm coming back to this, Tina. How do I start it? Like that. Okay. Oh, good. Alicia's still here. Still Christmas wrapping. Oh my gosh, Queen Anne's cordial cherry. Those were like my mom's special gift every year. The traditional gift was the Queen Anne's cordial cherry. Not the other ones. The Queen Anne's with the white, like the white in the middle. Oh, I'm so jealous that you have the Queen Anne's cordial cherry. Wah, wah. I want some. Okay, let me go back here and we're going to talk book club for a minute. Treehouse Book Club. All right. My first suggestion is The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop, nonfiction book of the actress of the grandmother in Gilmore Girls. I don't know if y'all have watched the show. I have watched the show and I love the show. And I would totally read that. So I'm going to write it down. Are you going to put these in the Discord too, or should I really write them down? Third Gilmore Girl. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Oops. Nixing one of the suggestions. Okay. Next suggestion. Someone else's life? Just someone else's life. Is that the one that I suggested by like Lee Eng or something? If it is, I would totally read that with you guys, except I already know what happens. But I like that book. It's a bit of a thriller. Okay. Oh, my family's tradition is to wrap and display some, but the rest go under the tree on Christmas Eve after the kiddos go to bed. So are you guys everybody, are you Christmas Eve celebrators or Christmas Day celebrators? How are you all doing the Christmas Eve, Christmas Day thing? We always did like the big family dinner and family unwrapping Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas morning, my mom, Santa, gave us like Santa gifts. So we did like the second reopening of Santa's gifts or the gifts from our mom, but the big one was Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's how we did it. How are you guys doing it? Okay, Mika's not big on nonfiction. All right, okay. Third suggestion. The Big Kitty by Claire Donnelly, the first book in a cozy mystery series. I've had it on my TBR for a while and it still sounds really good. Okay, I'm going to write it down. Big Kitty. Don't know anything about it, but I will look it up. Okay. Oh, migraines that last for weeks. That doesn't sound very fine. It sounds awful. Migraines are like really bad. I am super lucky that I don't think I ever had one, but if I did, I've only ever had one. And I don't know if it was a migraine. I just know that like I was at work one day and I went blind. Like I went blind. I couldn't see anything, but my eyes didn't hurt. My head didn't hurt. Nothing hurt. I just was blind. And the office assistant took me to the eye doctor, which looking back, I probably should have gone to the hospital, but she took me to the eye doctor and he looked in my eyes and like didn't see anything. And then a few hours later, my vision came back. So it was very weird. So part of me, people are like, oh, I think you had a migraine. And I was like, but I didn't have a headache. But apparently like vision issues can be migraines, but then I never had another one. It never happened to me ever again. I don't know, like very weird, right? So if you're having migraines that are super painful though, that's terrible. Okay, fourth and final suggestion, Divine Evil by Nora Roberts. It seems very mysterious and like something we'd enjoy with romance. All right, I have enjoyed, I'm writing this down, by Nora Roberts. The last two Nora Roberts books that I read, I really liked. I liked the Nora Roberts book that we did with Treehouse. And then I did The Witness with you for Nora November. And I did enjoy both of my Nora Roberts. So I feel like, Tina, you've got some good suggestions. My brother loved those cherries. He got them every year for Christmas. I know, we got them every year for Christmas too. But since I haven't been in the States, I can't find them anywhere. And in Portugal, we have like we have a cherry, a chocolate covered cherry candy, but it's not the Queen Anne's because the Queen Anne's has the white stuff in the middle, along with the like cherry liqueur juice. Here we don't have the white stuff. We just have the cherry liqueur juice, which is good, but it's not Queen Anne's. We love Queen Anne's. Everybody loves the Queen Anne's. I get mine at Target every Christmas. I am so jealous. I can put him in the Discord. Okay, I'm going to put him in the Discord. I'll put mine in the Discord too. I love Gilmore Girls. I actually named my daughter Lorelai. I want to read that book, The Third Gilmore Girl. All right, well, Alicia, if we end up reading The Third Gilmore Girl, you have to come and join our Treehouse sprints on it. Oh, okay. So it is the one I read before. Okay. Yeah. I already know what's going to happen. It's going to be hard to like not spill it. But I do think you should read it, Tina. Oh, my family does Christmas Eve gift for the kiddos. And then we open gifts and have dinner with family on Christmas Day. All right. So you kind of do it opposite of what we did growing up. We were always Christmas Day celebrators. We never went anywhere or had anyone over for Christmas, so we just did all right, everybody's Christmas Day, Christmas Day. Here in Germany, gift giving and big you know what? My grandparents, and their parents and parents and parents and parents, my whole family going back on my mother's side is German. So I wonder if that's why we just historically do the 24th, because that was the family tradition going down generations and generations. Yeah, so good. Vika. Vika's my German friend, and I am your German American friend. We wake up Christmas morning. We wake my parents up and then immediately unwrap gifts. Then we have breakfast or appetizers. We never did Christmas Eve or anything like that. Okay. Interesting. So I wonder, I do feel like most of my American friends do Christmas Day. And I never was sure why my family, we were always the weird ones that did Christmas Eve. But maybe it is like Mika has solved the mystery and we do it because of the German ancestry. And that's what, you know, the generations of night riders and news always did. Very cool. You can get migraines without the pain. Most people don't realize that, but you can get any or all the symptoms. So I wonder if I didn't, but it's weird that I would only in my life have one migraine, and that was 30 years ago. Is that weird? I don't know. Headache is just one symptom, and you're having the headaches as your symptoms. And the nausea, that's terrible. Oh, the 24th is, I'm not even going to try to say this in German, except I am. Heiligabend here. Holy evening, the 24th. Yeah, because we would go to church. Not midnight mass because we weren't Catholic, but we would go to church usually between dinner, because we would start dinner at like 2:00 in the afternoon because we like to eat. So we would have like 8 hours of dinner, and then we would go to church because they always did like the children's Christmas nativity show. And then we would come back and open the presents. It was an extravaganza, to be sure. We open one present on Christmas Eve. Oh, and it's always some sort of PJs, slippers, robes that we can wear that night. And then in the morning, the rest wait until Christmas morning with stockings as a thing the kids can do before the adult. You know what? My family never did stockings. We never did stockings. I wonder, Mika, do you guys do stockings in Germany? Maybe our lack of stockings is also a German thing, because every other American I know in the world does stockings. And we just never did. We certainly had stuff that we could put in the stockings, all those freaking emery boards and chapsticks that my grandma would get us. Yeah, what did you put in the stockings? I know a lot of families put actual presents in the stocking, but my family doesn't. We always did chapstick, yes, and very small things. That's what I always thought goes in the stockings. But people are putting like real presents. How big are these stockings? Sounds good. All right. Do we have a link to the Discord? I'll add it. We do have a link. Do we have a link? I can't. Tina, can we add Alicia to the Discord? Tina, tell me what we have to do this Discord thing. I know that I'm supposed to know it, but I don't. I also feel like I smell gas. And there's less drilling going on somewhere. It's making me nervous. God, you guys should be the ones that's nervous. If I blow up on YouTube, you're going to see the whole thing. I also think people with bigger families Or families with divorces do Christmas Eve more. Maybe, maybe. And or people that are married because they go to one family on Christmas Eve and the other family on Christmas Day, which I think is what my cousins did. Like my aunt and my uncle and my cousins. They did Christmas Eve with us, and then they did Christmas Day with their other grandparents. I also keep Christmas Eve night and Christmas morning as a time for just the people living in my house. Oh, that's nice. Kids are home. If my eldest wanted him, he had to wait until afternoon or another day. Ah, I seriously smell gas. All right, I'm gonna pretend like I don't, because I don't know what else to do. It's not coming from my house because I have to turn my gas on, and it's not on. Oh yeah, stockings are my family. Stockings is usually practical things. Chapstick, lotion, small candle, sanitizer, okay, little things go in the stocking. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Actually, for part of that time, it was just eye migraines. I couldn't read or look at screens for longer than a few minutes. It was like looking through a broken mirror or a kaleidoscope. Oh my gosh. That sounds wild. So you couldn't drive or anything, really? Or was it just like the light coming off the screens that was bad? It does sound like a typical German Christmas. See, there we go. Mystery has been solved. No stockings in Germany. No stockings for Mika's family. Okay, that's what we do too. Stockings can be opened if the kiddos wake up earlier than the parents. Oh, so they don't have to wait for you for the chapstick. Stockings are an old tradition as they were hung by the fire to dry. And lots of candy. Oh, I do like candy. And fruit. Didn't they used to put like fruit and nuts and stuff in the stockings back in the day? Although my mother told me about them since my family lived in the US when she was little. I didn't know that. I did not know that, Mika. Mika, what if we're like long lost cousins or something? Alicia, I can find you on Discord and send it to you. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. You guys are working this out. Great. Perfect. Thank you. We put fruit and a snack, small toys, chapsticks, makeup, small Legos, stuffed animals, maybe a coloring book and crayons. So these are pretty big stockings, Christina. My eldest dad. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like, maybe she meant X, but I'm like, to translate X to eldest is a pretty big spell check. So yeah, the eldest dad, he can wait. Maybe go check. I know you're like, we do not want to see you blow up. I don't even know where to go check. I feel like it's got to be whoever's doing the drilling in the building. Or maybe I'm having a migraine. I don't know. I apologize in advance. Oh, you know what? I never took off the freaking banner. Everyone thinks we're supposed to be reading right now, but we're not. There we go. No driving. Oh, yeah, good. Mostly just listening to movies. Well, that's all right too. Fruit and nuts, lots of things in the stockings. Okay, Alicia has kids age 5 and 7, and they have never woken up before. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I don't remember waking up on Christmas morning before my mom either. I do remember waking up on Saturdays before my mom because she would let us go and watch TV in the morning. I was going to say cartoons, but we didn't like cartoons. We liked we watched shows that you will never have. Land of the Lost. Christina might remember that. Land of the Lost. Shazam and Isis. We used to watch that on Saturday mornings. But I also don't remember waking up on Christmas Eve, which is unusual, right, Alicia? Everyone's kids are like jumping on top of them in the morning on Christmas Eve to try to get people to wake them up. Interesting, to open presents. Your kids are like, nah, we'll get to it when we get to it. Oh, Alicia, what's your name on Discord? I think I saw it up here. Oh no, maybe I didn't. Alicia, can you put your Discord name? Oh, I see it. Okay. Stockings were from Europe, but not from Germany. Okay, books and things with Alicia. All right, can you find her? Uh-oh, she's having a hard time finding you. Can you find Tina? Immigrants from the part. Oh, okay. So Italy, Bavaria, the Netherlands. Oops. In the Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany, children leave out an empty boot or shoe instead of a stocking. Oh, Mika, are you leaving out your boots? Because we never did that. We never left anything out. Children sometimes fill a boot or shoe with carrots or sugar treats for St. Nicholas's horse. We never did that either. Oh, I know Land of the Lost. Yes, yes, yes. I grew up with Care Bears, Jetsons, Flintstones, Fraggles, Looney Tunes. Yeah. Yeah, I never liked cartoons. So like Land of the Lost was pretty much what we were watching. I don't know the Fraggles. Looney Tunes we would watch because like they were on, you couldn't avoid them. And you're right. I did grow up with Care Bears, but I was just like a year too old for them. So my cousins, my younger cousins, had the Care Bears. I was just like a little bit too old. I had forgotten all about the Care Bears. And I don't even know, I didn't know that the Care Bears were even a TV show. I remember the actual dolls. Yes, for some reason, kids can wake up on Saturdays and Christmas morning early with no help. Yeah. Isn't that the way it always is? But like on Monday, you have to drag them out of the bed. Yeah. What's going on with the I'm in Reindeer Readathon, Cats novel? Okay, so can we find, are we finding? Oh, you know what? How do I'm going to copy this. Oh, but I can't. I'm going to write this down. uh, books and things with Alicia. So I can go be your Instagram friend. Okay. I'm a 1984 baby. Ooh, I'm a 1968 baby. So you know what? Your Land of the Lost is probably not even the same Land of the Lost as mine was. Because we're like, we're a different generation. So yours was maybe the remake. Mine was maybe the remake of the whatever. Yeah. And yours was the remake of the remake. I don't know. We may not even have the same Land of the Lost. That's wild. Stockings were just like socks back in the day, not what we think of as a stocking. I know, but stockings are, I completely forgot about the boot. Oh, okay. Look at you, Christina, reminding Mika of her precious childhood memories. Yeah, we never did the boot. We didn't care. We could care less about Santa's horse, reindeer. Oh, and yeah, by the way, it was not a horse, it's a reindeer. Oh, you're an admin. Can you put in the Treehouse Book Club Discord link for Alicia? Are you talking about like in here? I don't, or where, I don't know where we're putting this, but yes, Christina, whatever you can do, help us out. Care Bears has a show, a movie, the dolls. Well, my back in my day, it was just dolls. Just the dolls. And just like, I don't know, 3 kinds maybe. Oh, good, you're in. Good, 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 good. Good. Oh, good, Christina, thank you. Christmas was never the same each year when I was oh, oh my gosh. That is so are you trying to make it the same, for your kids, like, every year, so there's, like, traditions and stuff? My youngest throws glitterified oats outside to help the reindeer find us. I feel like that's a lot of work to make glitterified oats. All right. Do you guys want to do another reading sprint or do you want to hear about my books? We have been talking for a long time. What do you want to do? You want to hear my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 suggestions? Or do you want to read, or do you want to, we can do them at the break, at the next break. So what do we do? My suggestions or read? These are your 2 options right now. Yes, reindeer food, glitterified oats. Ah, Atlanta, Germany. You lived in Germany too, Florida and Maryland. All right, very cool. Where do you live now, Alicia? I want to hear about your books. Okay. It's oats and glitter. I know, but you've got to make that, right? Let's hear about the suggestions. All right, everybody wants to hear my suggestions. I'm glad we're all on the same page. I will share them. Okay. I'm going to start with the nonfiction book, even though Mika doesn't like nonfiction. This one might be interesting to her. It's called The Witches by Stacy Schiff, and it's about the Salem witch trials. Nonfiction. Could be interesting. I'll put these in the Discord, but that's my first one. It's my only nonfiction. So then I'm going to go with Stephen King, his book called Holly. It sounds interesting, although it doesn't sound anything like the book Mika's reading right now. But I guess a little girl goes missing or something, and they're trying to find her. So it's a bit of a detective mystery. There's an old couple that lives down the street that is, I guess, pretty suspicious, doing stuff in their basement. I don't know. It could be super scary because it's Stephen King. But I don't think that it is. I think it's more mystery. But anyway, so that's the second one. And then I have 5. So the next 3 are like retellings of different stories. And so I don't know if it's because Wicked is out in the theaters that I'm into this. Oh, let's do like fairy tale retellings or whatever. But so the first one is Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister by Gregory Maguire. And Gregory Maguire is the guy that wrote the book that Wicked is based on. And The Ugly Stepsister is the Cinderella retelling, I guess, from like the stepsister, one of the stepsisters. So that sounds cool to me. The second is like a very loose Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and it is called Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. And I read a Naomi Novik novel. My book club read it. My regular book club read it last year. I can't think of the name, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I think it might be YA, Naomi Novik. Not that matters, really. And then my last book is called Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes, and it is the story of Medusa, right? From Greek mythology, or I don't know, from mythology. The story of Medusa, who she looks at men and they turn to stone, and she's got the snakes for hair and stuff. but it's like a retelling of that story. So those are my 5. I will put them in the Discord. Does anything sound good? Does anything sound terrible? I don't know. What do you think? Florida. Huh. All right. Did you have problems with the hurricanes a few months ago? I know. If we read another 45 minutes, it's going to be late. I know. We'll have to figure out if we're going to read again. Maybe we're just talking on our reading sprints. Oh, I don't know, actually. When I was looking at it, I didn't notice that it was a sequel, but if it is, then let's take it off the list. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So apparently I screwed that up. I thought Holly was in the middle of a series that was a spinoff from another series, but I definitely thought about reading it before because my cat's named Holly. All right. If it's the middle of a series, then we can't do it. I didn't notice that. So good catch. Good catch. Oh, okay. So this is our Discord. Thank you, Christina. It took me a sec to find it. How many Discords are you in? I'm in 1. No, I'm in 2, right? I'm in the Nora November. Is that a whole separate Discord maybe? And then the Treehouse. I have 2. And then I was in 1 for my writing class, but when that class ended, they took away the Discord. Oops. Oh, Spinning Silver has been on my TBR for ages. Interesting. Okay, cool. Hurricane Helene wasn't as bad as Milton. We still have cleanup going on from Milton. Is Milton the one that caused all the, it was the first one that caused all of the problems in North Carolina? Is that the same one? Oh, okay, wait a minute. If Dr. Sleep is the sequel to The Shining and Holly is the sequel to Dr. Sleep, I don't want anything that has anything to do with The Shining. So we're definitely taking it off the list. Not happening. Holly is part of a series that comes after the Mr. Mercedes series. Dr. Sleep is a spinoff of The Shining. Okay, no. Then we're not doing it. Take it off the list. The Shining is like terrifying to me. I can't, no. Let's pretend I never mentioned it. We will not speak of this again. I've heard of Spinning Silver. Maybe you've heard Mika talk about it. Oh, Helene was the one that caused problems in North Carolina. Okay. I'm in the Discord now. In total, I'm in 8 different Discords. Wow. Are they all book related, reading related Discords, or are there other stuff too? I need to clear some of my Discord out. I'm in like 30. All reading ones? Okay, good. Holly is not part of The Shining. Okay. Oof. Oh, all book related. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I read the never mind. We're not talking about Holly anymore. But I'm glad to know that it's not part of The Shining in case I decide that I want to read it on my own. I know that I won't be scared. Well, I don't know that I won't be scared, but I don't smell gas anymore. So whatever was going on, or maybe I've gotten used to it. I don't know. It's probably fine. Okay. So I feel like Spinning Silver is kind of a front runner right now. All right. Well, so what do you want to read again? Do we want to, I don't know that we have time to read again. I'm mixing up the series. I didn't realize that Stephen King did series. Stephen King is a terrorizer to me. And so the only book of his that I've ever read was the JFK book. And because it wasn't scary, but I never read any of the other books, but I saw Misery on HBO when I was a child, and I saw The Shining when I was a child. And by saw, I mean like I saw The Shining, right? This was me. And as soon as the scene in Misery that Kathy Bates like won an Oscar for, that's when I stopped. I was like, I'm no, 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 no. So I haven't really read Stephen King, and I feel like I'm missing out because he's such a good writer. But I do not like being scared. I don't know what Spinning Silver is about. I kind of don't know either, but it's a little bit of it's a very, very loose retelling of the Rumpelstiltskin story. So, like, I know Rumpelstiltskin a little bit. There's a princess in a tower, gets locked away in a tower always, right? And the only thing she has is a spinning wheel, but she pricks her finger on the thing, and I don't know, probably, and now this is where I'm screwing it up. So somebody correct me. Like, I don't know, falls asleep, and then probably the prince comes and kisses her and wakes her up. But this, so it's sort of that. It's about like she spins, or is that Snow White that I'm thinking of? I don't know. I can't get my fairy tale straight. But Rumpelstiltskin is the name of a character, and he's like he's not a good character. I think he's like the witch character. And there's something about the magic spinning wheel, and she spins, I suppose in this book she spins actual silver and gets rich or something. I don't know. We'll look it up. Never mind. Just disregard everything I just said in the past 5 minutes. I don't know what I'm talking about. Stephen King is certainly a guy. Yes. The only book I read was a book that is not like his normal books, and I didn't like it. So maybe I'll like his other books. You read JFK and you didn't like it. I have 64 Discords I'm in. Christina. Wow. I've never read or watched a Stephen King, but I have no desire to either. Yeah, it's traumatizing. Probably not. I don't know. Everyone loves Stephen King, and I did like the one book that I read of his. Yes, that's the book. Hey, Amber, 11/22/63, the book with the JFK theme you were talking about. Yes, that's the book I read that I loved. Tina, did you read that and you didn't like it? Amber, how you doing? So Rumpelstiltskin is a part of Sleeping Beauty? No, but maybe. Maybe I don't know anything about fairy tales. I need someone with children who's read, young children who's done the fairy tale thing to jump in here and save me. I found out recently that spinning wheels don't have something sharp on them. I watch a girl on YouTube who is spinning yarn by hand. Oh, so, okay, I'm going to read this again now that I have my context proper. I found out recently that spinning wheels don't have something sharp on them. I watch a girl on YouTube who is spinning yarn by hand. So you think the spinning wheel thing that we have in our head, that there's the sharp where you prick your finger, that's like just fairy tale land. It's not real life. All these years, we thought spinning wheels were dangerous. Mr. Mercedes is a trilogy murder mystery. Then there's a trilogy that comes off of it. Holly is a side character. Oh, in the Mr. Mercedes one. And the third, in the second one, she is like a PI. So in the book Holly, do you think Holly is the detective? But King also has the Dark Tower series. Okay, I actually did know that, which has a few books in it. I've read a retelling by Natalie Haynes and loved it, so I might like Medusa. Me too. Did you read Song of Achilles? Is that the one I read? No, I read A Thousand Ships. Which one, did you read one of those too? That's what made me look to see what else Natalie Haynes might have when I got in my head about the retelling thing. And Medusa kind of was interesting to me. All right. Hello, hello. Tina. Tina doesn't like any of the books I like, which is why you're never going to do my vlog. I read the JFK book for your vlog that you're never going to see, and I didn't enjoy it. The ending was not it. I am so sad that all of the books that you like picked to do for like reading my favorites, none of them. You don't like any of them. None of them. There's not one single book that I like loved that you chose that you like. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. My favorite king is Billy Summers, which is quite different. Oh, well, then maybe I should read Billy Summers. Is it Mika? Have you read? Oh my gosh, my thing is going to die. Oops. I have such a hard time keeping electronics. Billy Summers. Stephen King. Mika, did you read 11/22/63? Here we go. Alicia is filling us in on Rumpelstiltskin, a German fairy tale about a magical man who spins straw into gold in exchange for a woman's firstborn child. Yeah, I had it completely wrong. What fairy tale was I talking about? Snow White or something. Sleeping Beauty, maybe. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty is the one I was talking about. Rumpelstiltskin, a magical man who spins straw into gold in exchange for a woman's firstborn child. So maybe in spinning silver, it's about like a magical girl who spins straw into silver in exchange for something. I don't know. 11/22/63 and Fairy Tale are both King and both different from usual King books. Fairy Tale is, wait a minute then. Oh, shoot. I did totally die. Fairy Tale. Then let me hang on. I need to pull up a note and type. Oh, you know what? I can come back to these comments. So maybe Fairy Tale is what I need to do, a retelling of Wizard of Oz with a shout out to other fairy tales. So maybe I'll take Holly off the list by Stephen King, and I'm going to put Fairy Tale since I'm doing the retelling things with all of my stuff, with all of my suggestions. Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited you're doing sprints. I'm happy to join. I'll be hoping to complete The Book Thief. Are you liking it so far? I like The Book Thief. I read it a couple of years ago. Well, yeah, like 3 or 4 years ago. It's really good. I shouldn't say that because Tina will be like, "Wah, wah, Vivian doesn't know any good books." Ooh, I DNF'd It by Stephen King, but I do have Salem's Lot next year. Stephen King is getting a lot of love in our reading sprints tonight. Wow, I shouldn't say that when you say I didn't finish it. It's scary. I don't like the scary. I don't like the scary. Yes, she would be I don't know what that word is, but I'm not read it yet. I read The Outsider, which is part of the Holly trilogy. Then I found out about Mr. M, so I stopped reading. Oh, she would be the detective. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. Got it. I can't recall the title of the Haynes I read. Let me check my notes. Yes, I'm wondering if it's the same one I read. We have some similarities in what we read, just not a lot. I feel like we don't have any because I'm so sad you didn't like any of the books I was like, "I love this." Oh, A Thousand Ships. Yes, that's the one I read, and I did really like it. I really, really, really liked it. I feel bad for not liking it. I wonder if you didn't like it because it was so long. Oh no, Mika didn't read the JFK one. I wonder if you would like it, Mika. Fairy tale is not really scary and it's not gory. Right, which is like 11/22/63. Not really scary, it's not gory. Oh, but Mika, you might not like 11/22/63 because it's a little bit of time travel. And I don't think you like time travel. I love time travel. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking about spinning silver because I remember this is what I read in the little blurb. Miriam is the daughter and granddaughter of moneylenders, but her father's inability to collect his debts has left his family on the edge of poverty until Miriam takes matters into her own hands. Hardening her heart, the young woman sets out to claim what is owed and soon gains a reputation for being able to turn silver into gold. Ooh, I wonder how she does that. That's the synopsis of Spinning Silver. Huh. Huh. I wonder how she turns silver into gold. Well, I guess we might find out. Mika, what King book did you read? No, oh, Tina doesn't like the time travel. Okay, that makes sense then. That also might explain a little bit why you didn't also love Outlander. All right, Tina, if I ever mention a book and there's something about time travel in it, you need to know that no matter how much I love it, you should never, ever, ever read it. Oh my gosh. I've read many of King's older books, and of his newer ones, only Billy Summers. What's not to love about an assassin whose secret dream is to be a writer? That does sound kind of good. And I also feel like that is a movie that Daniel Craig would star in. Spinning Silver sounds good. I DNF'd the Dark Tower series after the first book, Gunslinger, because I was lost. Oh, if you're lost in the first book, oh no, after the first book. So you got lost in the second book, which is weird. Do you think you read them out of order? Do you think you read the third book thinking it was the second book and you were like, I don't know what's going on? Love Outlander. Thank you, Christina. It's not, I don't have like such terrible taste, right? Nicole and Coda. Oh, no, no. I was like, I was thinking of like Good Morning America or whatever channel. Hoda. I like read that as like, I don't know how I read that as Jenna and Hoda. It's Nicole. Oh my God. Are starting a big buddy read of it in 20. Oh my gosh. Then I should do it too. I don't think she's even like sort of done with book 9. It's a 9-book series. And so I've been like, I'm not, or maybe it's a 10-book series. So we've got book 9. It's 10 books. She's working on book 10, or at least she was as of like last year. I wonder if she's done with book 10. Does anybody know if she's done with book 10? Because that's the last book. And they're already starting to film the next season, which is like pretty much based on book 10 that hasn't been written, I think. Who knows about the next book? They're starting the buddy read because like there's going to be a new book coming out and they want to be ready? How is this happening? What news do we have? Because I need to know. Because I'm going to have to read all the books again before the next book comes out. Hello, 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 hello. The Dark Tower series means everything to me. Just finished in January of 2024. Oh my God. So much love for Stephen King in this group. No. Please don't feel bad that I didn't like the books. All right. I'll just feel a little bit bad. I just feel bad that you like, not that it's a waste of time, but that you like, I feel like you wasted your time reading books that I love that you were like, ah. So I feel bad about that. No, I read the first and was lost most of the time. I started the second one and was even more lost. Oh, that's not good then. There's a weird dual, triple, multi. Oh, okay. Yes. You know what movie did that to me? There's a couple of movies that happened to me too, where I'm like, I kind of don't know what's going on. Um, and also when I read the book Cloud Atlas, I felt the same thing. And then I watched the movie Cloud Atlas and I was like, oh, okay, this kind of makes more sense. But like, yeah, I had to make notes. Hmm. Okay, I've read the first 9. I don't think 10 is out yet. Okay. I wonder they if there's like a date for number 10 to be released. And that's why they're doing the read. No, they're just working on series, and that one is the one that came up on the list. And they know it will take them a while. It will. Like, I feel like to read 9 might take the whole freaking year because they're big books. I mean, it's going to take at least 6 months to read all 9 books, I would think. So I guess I need to give myself 6 month lead time. And that's like if you don't read anything else, which I wouldn't. I would just be all Outlander all the time. So I need to do a little, let's see. I follow her on, it might be Facebook since I'm never on Facebook anymore. And every so often she would put in, Outlander books. She would put like an excerpt of, sorry, I'm like trying to figure out how do I find out when she would put an excerpt of like a scene or something that she was working on. And I was like, I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. I don't want any spoilers at all. I haven't. Okay. Has anybody read? So she's got like the main novels and then she's got a bunch of little novellas, like side stories. Have you all read like any of her little novellas? Because I have not done that. And part of me wonders if maybe I should. Oh, my Google search said that Outlander 10 will be published sometime between 2024 and 2026. All right. So it is coming up. Maybe, well, it's obviously not being published in 2024. So maybe sometime next year or the year after. I know that she's on, I need to go back. It's probably Facebook since I'm not on Facebook anymore. All right. Christina's looking too. Okay, she said this, book 10 might be the last of my Outlander novels, which will feature Jamie Fraser and Care Beecham Randall Fraser. Or it may not. I don't know yet, but we'll be sure to let you know when I do. Okay, so when she very first started the books, she outlined 10 novels. So 10 was supposed to be the last one. And I'm curious, how does she end it? Although also, Claire and Jamie are getting pretty old. Especially for like 1770s time. Like they're in their 40s or 50s in 1770, right? So I honestly don't know how much longer they could live. When will book 10 be published? The question that I'm asked most frequently is when will your next book be published? I'm always glad that readers wish to read my next novel, but sorry, I don't know when I will finish book 10, much less when it will be published. Perhaps about 3 to 5 years after Bees was published in 2021 is a very rough guess, maybe more. It takes a long time to write an 800-page novel and also do all of the historical and other background research that is required. Yeah, for sure. Like, I was late to the Outlander game, and I feel like this is what happens, right? Those of us that came late, we binge read 7 books, and then we're like, "When's the next one? When's the next one?" And it's like 4 to 5 years that it takes her to write these books because she has to do all the research and, like, come up with the stories, and they're 800 pages, right? I'm, like, so impressed with her as a writer to be able to do it. So yeah, 5 years on one project, can you imagine? So yeah, we're waiting. We're waiting. I need to know spoilers. No. No, we're not doing spoilers for Outlander. For the title of you, I'm gonna give my top 3. Oh, yes, 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 the title of my life. Yes, tell me your favorite books of 2024. Okay, perfect. Romance. Georgie All Along. Oh my gosh. Lily, do we have the same taste in books? I read Georgie All Along last year, I think, and I also really liked it. And I think it made me read a couple others by Kate Claiborne, but now I can't remember. All right, let me keep going. Chick lit drama, Watch Us Shine by Marissa de los Santos. Okay, I don't know what that one is. So I'm curious. And thriller. What's thriller? Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Benny. You know what? I've heard of Rock, Paper, Scissors, but I haven't read it. It was one of your favorite, it was one of your top 3. I love it. Okay. The fact that Georgie All Along was your top romance. We might have the same taste. I'm gonna look at your suggestions. I love it. Okay, that was from her website. Yes, book 10, no title. Book 10, it takes me 5 years. Yeah. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, Lily. So who else knows their favorite book from 2024? I don't know mine yet. I haven't done my book bracket. I'm going to do that next week. I have so many books that it could possibly be that I can't even begin to guess. I'm like excited and nervous to do my book bracket. Rock, paper, scissors is also on the TBR. Maybe we should throw that into the mix on our Discord as a possible Treehouse Book Club book, Treehouse Sprints book. I hope you love it. Yes. I hope we all love it. It's good. I'm putting it. I might maybe every single book we've talked about, I'll put in like for my January and February. I'm gonna try to. This sounds so ridiculous that I'm gonna say this. Am I actually gonna say this out loud? I'm gonna try to not read so many books next year. That sounds ridiculous, right? How y'all doing? How y'all doing by Leslie Jordan. All right, I don't know this one. I'm gonna look at it. I have read Me Too, Alicia, that I've not narrowed it down to my top 5. Yeah. Alicia, do you want a book bracket? I'll send you a book bracket. I'll put it in the Discord if people don't have a book bracket and you want to do a book bracket. I love a book bracket. Yeah, I'm gonna do it next week. Which is why I was like, I don't know why I even have this in my lap. It's dead now. I was gonna finish up my December reading what I've done so that I can next week do my book bracket for 2024. And seriously, I have so many good books. I can't wait. The Practical Magic series, maybe I would have to think. All right, but it is one of my favorite series and I read it every year. Christina, I read it this year too. And I liked it. I actually, tell me what you think about this. I know the movie is just one of the 4 or 5 books. Um, but do you think the movie was better than the book? Or do you like the book better than the movie? What are your thoughts on that? Oh, I have a Christmas book for you. Since you like Outlander, give it to me. I love a Christmas book. What is it? What is it? What is a book bracket? Okay, so a book bracket is like, March Madness, where you have like all of the teams set out in a bracket. So I have a bracket where, and I think Mika, did you tell me you had one that had 64 books on it or something? So the bracket I use just has 12. So I sort of go through every month of my reading and pick like a book of the month. And I put it into the bracket. And then at the end of the year, the 2 books, they go head to head and move down the bracket. And you choose like which book wins the competition, like which book was better. And then at the bottom, you have your book of the year. So I can't remember, it was somebody told me that so I just do it with 12, and that is stressful enough, right? Someone told me that they did one with like 64 books in it. And I was like, oh Lord, I that's a lot of like decision making. I think I've seen rock, paper, scissors before. I've definitely seen it. Is that like a front runner now for Treehouse? 4 books. The movie was book 3 in chronological order, but first published. And I did what you said. I read them in chronological order, which I think was good. I have to say, reading them in chronological order, the first one was my favorite. The really, really old one that gives like when she runs away across the field. That was my favorite one of all of them. Okay, yeah, that might help me choose my favorite book, or it might give you a heart attack. It might give you a migraine. I love it. It's my favorite way to do it. Ooh, almost like Being in Love by, you know what? I think I read this one. Sarah Wilson. It's only 174 pages, no spice, on Kindle Unlimited with audio. You know what? I think I read that one last Christmas. And I think maybe you recommended it to me last Christmas. But you know what? Maybe I'll read it again as my Christmas book, right? I need to finish the book I'm reading right now and then be done with the 2024 book journal so I can do my book bracket. But next week, then maybe this will be my almost what being like, it's set in New York City, right? Am I remembering this correctly? I think I read this. And I think I probably read it because you probably recommended it to me last year. But maybe I'll read that like next week when I'm doing my book bracket, when I'm done with the bracket. Because I 100% know it is not going to be my book of the year. I mean, it's a good book, but it's not going to be my book of the year. So that would be an easy one to do, and there wouldn't be any competition for my book of the year. I haven't done a bracket this year. I'm not reading all that much compared to previous years. Why are you not reading as much? On purpose, or it just like happened that way? When we read them, we read in pub order, and even Nicole said she would do it in chronological order from now on. Yeah, if I read them again, like next October, maybe I'll do them in publication order and see what I think. I read them in chronological order, which I think is what you recommended, which is why I did it. And like, it certainly made sense to read them that way. But I wonder if I read them in publication order, what that would be like. I don't know. Oh, I just found it this year. Huh. Maybe I recommended it to you. I don't know. I know that I've read it. Although it did come out last year. Maybe I read it in January I thought I read it at Christmas time. All right, I'm going to look back at it. Maybe I'll read it next year. or next year, next week, next week. And then what if it is my book of the year? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I've read too many great books. I don't think that one is going to be my book of the year. Vivian, now that you don't Goodreads anymore, do you still track how many books you read every year? I do. And I do it in my reading journal. And I think the last time I looked, last week, maybe I was up to 85 or something like that for the year. But also what I do, because in my reading journal, I have a slot for what the genre is, but I don't pay too much attention to it. I just do fiction and nonfiction. But I am always curious of the different genres that I'm reading. So, what's the other one? It's not Goodreads. I obviously haven't been in there for a while. It's the other one that people use to track books and write reviews and write whatever. Somebody needs to tell me what it is because I actually can't remember. It's been 6 months or so since I've been in there. But in there, you can see what I also mark that I've read books there because it knows the genre and I can get stats that way. Who knows what the name of that is? Who knows what I'm talking about? Storygraph. Yeah. So then I put it in Storygraph and I just mark it as read. Because then you can look at stats and it will say like, you read 14 psychological thrillers this year. You read 3 poetry books. You read 185 romantic fiction or whatever, right? It like breaks it down like that, which is kind of interesting to me just to know. And then I can look and see for the following year, like, oh, what should I read? What should I read more of? Like, I'm not reading any, like the one year I was reading no poetry and I was like, you know what? I want to read more poetry next year and just makes it more conscious. But yeah, I have a library page in my reading journal that every time I read a book, well, actually I have a fiction library page, fiction books I've read library page, and then a nonfiction books I've read, and then just keep adding to it. So I do track the number. Oh, it's not set in New York City. Oh, then maybe I don't know what this is. Maybe I read another one by her. But I feel like that name is familiar, almost like Being in Love. Huh. Ohio and Scotland. Well, you'd think I would remember that. I've lived in both of these places. You know what? I'm gonna look at that again, Christina. If so, give us the number. I think I'm like 85, 83, 80 something. I got to look at it again. But I remember the thing that was most interesting to me is I'm about 50-50 fiction, nonfiction. Like this year, I wanted to read more nonfiction, and I definitely did. I'm about half and half, which is what makes like my book of the year stuff so interesting to me. What's going to happen? It seems like we're all slowing down or trying to slow down next year on our reading. Yeah, I think so. I wonder why that is. I've noticed that, and I think, do you think it's people just tired? And because we all have been spend all of our stuff on social media, and we all got tired of that. So we stopped doing that too, and now we're just like not reading anymore. I'm still reading, even though I haven't posted anything for a long time. But yeah, sometimes it just feels kind of frantic. No? Do you guys feel that too? And I do feel maybe it's because I haven't been on Facebook and I haven't been on Instagram for a month or so, really. For a while, it just seemed like it was very frantic. And then it seemed like everybody was getting off social media. So then there was nothing. And it's interesting to see what's happening. I will try just to see, but it's better in chronological order. I mean, it definitely made sense in chronological order. Ooh, I have 8 so far as favorites. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, I don't know any of these. Oh, I don't know any of these. Spanish Love Deception, Bride, Gothic Hannah, Twisted Love, Icebreaker, Hooked, Pucking Around, and Dungeons and Drama, my romance era. You for sure. Pucking Around, is that like an ice hockey thing? Because I feel like I might have seen, there's a whole genre around like ice hockey romance, right? It just happened that way. Okay. I forgot about the diamond painting. Instead of listening to audiobooks when I diamond paint, I've been watching YouTube. Oh, yes. Thank you, Tina. Storygraph. Do you guys do Storygraph? Thanks, Christina. I looked at Storygraph when I first decided I wasn't going to do Goodreads. I sort of looked at Storygraph and I was like, okay, this is just kind of the same thing a little bit. Yes, everyone has the Storygraphs. Yeah, it has like charts, which I like. Yes, Storygraph. Thank you. Everybody knows this. I like could not think of what the word is, and I haven't been in there. Oh my gosh, I was doing really good at uh paying attention to it because like to put 85 books in at the end of the year is a pain in the butt. So I was going to try to stay on top of it throughout the year, and clearly that ended in like March or April, I think. So I need to go back in and do all of that to see what I've been reading. Do you guys do Storygraph? Do you like the graphs and things? I'm just getting started on my reading, but I do want to switch it up a little bit and do more writing next year. I love this. Do you do NaNoWriMo? Do you know what that is? National Novel Writing Month in November? Or maybe it's November writing? I don't know, whatever. Yeah. The Chemistry of Love, okay. Or Once Upon a Time Travel, or All's Fair in Love and War. What's this Once Upon a Time Travel? That sounds like something I might like. The Chemistry of Love sounds like something I might like too. Yes, Pucking Around was, I need to like, Pucking Around was a hockey romance that was recommended to me that I didn't know was polyamorous relationships. I didn't know that either. I really don't know anything about it. I'm only just learning that there is such a thing as this like hockey romance as a whole genre or subgenre. Like the hockey thing. It was good. I don't know what it is, but I don't have a Storygraph. Oh wait, I know what it is, but I don't have a Storygraph. Yeah, I don't really have one. I literally just use it to find out the genres of books because I suppose I could figure it out myself, or I could yeah, I could guess, but I like that someone else just does it for me and I don't have to think about it. I just put in the title and there it is. I have Storygraph, but I forget to go in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to go in there next week for sure. I do participate in NaNoWriMo in November. Did you write something this year? Every year now. I did it one year, years ago. And then every year after, actually, I did it 2 years. Every year since then, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. And then last year I didn't do it. Well, no, last year I did do it, but I didn't really do it. I think I wrote, I don't know, 4,000 words or something. I was not very committed to it. But then this year I was like, yes, I'm doing it. And then I couldn't, I couldn't. So again, I go, next year I'm going to do it. Did you write something this year? I haven't been on Storygraph in ages, but in 2025, I want to read a book per week and start tracking books in Storygraph again. Okay, very cool. I'm going to read a book a week too in the 52 book club. Oh, those were all books by Saraya Wilson. Are any of them set in New York? I'm sure that I did not read the hockey one. Because I can't imagine that I would read the hockey one. Although perhaps that is how I know. That hockey romance is a thing? Oh, no, she wasn't the hockey romance one. Sorry, that was something else. Once Upon a Travel. All's Fair in Love and War, The Chemistry of Love. No, I think I read the other one, the Almost Like Being in Love. I'm almost hang on. Let me see let me look at the cover and I'll know immediately. Almost Like Being in Love. Soraya Wilson. All right. Yep. Yep. I read it. Yes. 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 I do remember this now. Oh my gosh. I'm going to read this again now. It is sort of just a little, it's lighthearted. There's like nothing. I think I did read it because it was like, oh, this is a little bit like Outlander, right? They go back in time to a snow village that only comes out when there's snow. All right, I'm going to read that again next week. Good tip, Christina. I like it. Alicia, I didn't do Nano this year. Excuse me, you're choking me up. I just wrote 18,000 words of fan fiction. I forgot you did that, Mika. Did you publish that somewhere that we can read it? Are you planning on publishing it? I used to do Nano for many years. You know what? We should all do it again this November, and we should have writing sprints. Alicia, you can run the writing sprints in November. I wrote a little bit in November, but wasn't able to write much. But next year, for sure, putting in full effort. I'm with you. I'm with you, Alicia. I usually set my goal for 52 a year, but so far this year, I'm at 96. But I have a few I need to review to count. So I may be up to 105 now. Wow. I love that you've doubled your goal. And how do you feel about that? And do you have a goal for next year? I don't have a goal for next year. I never have like a goal to read a certain number of books a year because I read a lot of books and I don't want to read anymore. Like I think if I was just getting back into reading, like I have a lot of friends that read, I don't know, 10 books a year. And so they have a goal to read more, like they're trying to get back into it. But I guess my goal is to always have a book going. Although it's not really much of a goal, but I pretty much always do have a book, at least one book going. If I'm doing fiction and nonfiction, I can have two books going. But I like to have one. I like to read every night before I go to sleep. So I always have a book going. And I'm a fast reader, which is part of my problem. I want to slow down a little bit with the reading. I find that I like am reading really fast. And whenever I start to feel like I'm devouring books, I'm like, I don't like this. I want to enjoy the books. I don't want to just be gobbling them up like chocolate covered cherries from Queen Anne. Oh my gosh. All right. You guys, Mika, I can't believe you're still with us. It's 8:30 at night. You haven't eaten dinner. I haven't eaten dinner, and it's 7:30 at night, my time. This has been super fun. This is my last sprints that I'm going to do in 2024, probably. Is there a chance that I go live when I do my book bracket next week? Wait, I do my book bracket the last week of the year. Oh no, so I still have next week is Christmas week. The week after is New Year's. So maybe when I do my book bracket, I'll go live and do that live. And then if you guys are around, come and hang out with me then. If not, I'm not going to see you until January. Unless I see you. Alicia, do you do sprints? Christina, you don't do sprints, do you? And Tina, you're not doing sprints anymore. Lily, are you doing sprints ever? Christina, you still have the spreadsheet, right? I think I have the link to that somewhere. And I guess I just need to look in and see who's doing sprints. I do get notifications sometimes that somebody is live, and I'm like, gosh, darn it. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Nowhere on here. But do they? Oh, I missed the first part of that. Oh. Okay, I do publish on AO3. I don't know how to say that, but the stories won't make sense. Oh, and I don't know that series, but I feel like I want to know that series because I've heard you talk about Good Omens and it sounds super interesting. But I don't think I don't get it in Portugal. Oh, I was set my every year at 52. Is that 52 or 32? 52. Oh, okay. So a book a week. I think I'm going to set my goal for 52 as well. I normally set it higher, but I know I won't meet that next year. Tina, you're really slowing down then because I feel like there was one month when you read 52 books in a month, which is good. Oh my God, everybody's doing 52. I set my goal at 52 every year. That's one a week, which is a lot. I read bigger books, and since I found BookTube, I have surpassed it every year. Yeah. Okay, everybody's doing 52 because I'm doing the 52 book club. So I'm doing like one a week too, plus whatever we do for Treehouse and whatever my in-person book club does every month. So yeah, cool. All right. Have a nice night and a nice sleep. I'll put those books in the Discord. You're putting my books in the Discord too, or I should put my books in the Discord. Did you get them all? But then it's more manageable and I don't stress over not completing things for sure. Oh, I do have sprints every Sunday at 11 Eastern, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 o'clock my time. Okay, I need to come and subscribe to you so that I get notifications. So I'm going to do that as soon as we finish. Books and Things with Alicia. All right, then maybe I won't see you this Sunday, but I might see you next Sunday. Yeah, I might see you next Sunday. Maybe I'll do my book bracket on your sprints. Ooh. January 1st? What day is January 1st? Wednesday. Are we starting on Wednesday? No, we're not. No, New Year's Day. I'm not sprinting on January 1st. We can't start Treehouse on January 1st. So we'll start the week after. And I don't know if we'll start on Wednesday or Monday, or if Tina wants to sprint on a different day that we do it, whatever. We'll figure it out in the Discord. Yeah. But no, I'm not sprinting on Christmas Day and I'm not sprinting on New Year's Day. So the next 2 weeks, no sprints for me. But Alicia's on Sunday. I can't do this Sunday. I won't see you Sunday. I'm out of town. But the following I might if you're going to sprint. Thanks for hosting. Thanks for coming. It was good to see you again. All right. Enjoy your day and the season. Yes. Happy Christmas, everybody, if you're celebrating. And if you're celebrating another holiday, happy holiday. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Oh, wait, Alicia does every Sunday. Yes, apparently. Okay, cool. You put yours, I'll put mine. Okay, I can do that. So I'm going to follow Alicia and get her some notifications, and then I'm going to put my books in the Discord. Yes, January 1st is a Wednesday, so I'm not sprinting on January 1st. Whoops. Oh, thanks, Christina, for dropping that in. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back to the comments. Thanks, thanks. You're welcome, you're welcome. Thanks for the sprints. Thanks for coming, you guys. This was really, really fun. Um, oh, perfect. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, thank you. All right, I will see you guys. Blessed Yule, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I guess Happy New Year if I don't see you before, 2025 begins. Yeah, thanks for coming. I will see you guys. Um, Happy holidays.